Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway, one of the shortest and one of the most intense tracks in the Xfinity series. Of course, you guys kind of already know that because we've already raced a few races at Bristol. Again, we have a lot of rivals in the Xfinity series at this point, so we are going to have to play it very carefully, and hopefully, well, if we can qualify well, we won't have to quite worry so much about the rivals. We'll see. Alright, so through turns 3 and 4 onto the main straightaway, just catching the wall because I went too fast out of that corner. But 24th, not an amazing qualifying effort, but we are going to stay ahead of a lot of rivals. Jeremy Clements with a surprise pole position. So let's beat and bash our way to the front here at Bristol. Oh yeah, under the lights as well. Unfortunately, we've got Brennan Poole right next to us, who's immediately going to try to crash us right on the start. What a shocker that was. Wow, we didn't even get to turn 1 before getting wrecked, or at least an attempt at a wreck, as we're going to bounce off of Ross Chastain there just a little bit. And now we'll work down the back straightaway for the first time here. 25% raced. Both races in this video should be 25%ers, unless for some reason we have a Cup hot seat in between these races, which I don't suspect we will. I think our Cup hot seats are pretty much over for the season, especially because we got the Redneck Jesus Mobile, and wow, that was close. What else do you need once you have that car unlocked? As we've got Bubba Wallace around the outside trying to get there, can't quite get there, so we will stay in behind Harvick and Poole. And I am none too pleased with Mr. Poole. Oh, but I tried not to hit him because I don't want to cause more trouble if we can avoid it. And besides, I kind of like to keep these races green. Whoa. 3 wide in between Kevin Harvick and Bubba Wallace. And man, I can't believe I didn't crash there. That was some seriously intense stuff there. Now we continue to bully Wallace just a little bit. Very packed up. Kind of surprised how close the field is staying through this first stage. Oh, I couldn't quite clear Wallace there. I really tried. And I definitely jammed on the brakes too hard there. Got the front end of the car washing up the track into the corner, which is a terrible idea. Now underneath Daniel Suarez. And can we get a Ganassi 2-for-1 deal at Target? Haha. Remember when Ganassi was sponsored by Target? Feels like an eon ago, but really it was just like 3 months. But anyway, we did clear, well, one of the Target Ganassi guys, and now both of them. Oh, but looks like Reddick may be spinning. No, he saved it. Never mind. But Suarez is now all over the back of me. Don't remember if he's a rival or not. He's very close to being a rival. I can tell you that. He was on the unhappy part of the spectrum. And here we come underneath, or trying to find a way around Guidance Counselor Brad. Not going to quite happen here. There's Annette the Threat, who was quite a threat at Mid-Ohio. Seemed like he wanted to bash everybody out of the way. This time he seems to be driving a little bit more cleanly. And Suarez is following me through on the bottom. Now in behind Joey Gase. Is Gase going to take that bottom lane away? Yes, he will. And around he goes. Well, maybe. Oh, he overcorrected extremely, but somehow he managed to save it. Unfortunately, I also put Suarez in the wall, so if Suarez is a rival, he's going to be very upset with me now. And Matt Tifft is running the Larson line up there. Man, that is some highfalutin driving right there, Matt Tifft. What the heck sponsor has he got on that car? That is very Michael Shank Champion or something? I don't know. Oh, now we're going to go side by side here with Mr. Tifft. And then we'll just sail it off into turn number 1. Easy does it. Try to get it down out of turn 4. Nope. We're going to go up out of turn 4. Wow, Tifft almost slammed into the back of me there. That would have been not very good. And now Coleslaw Custard right here. We're going to lift off the gas. Just give it a little bit of brake before we truly pitch it in. But Coleslaw going to hang on to that position for now. But now, bye-bye, Coleslaw. It was nice knowing you. Never mind, he's going to sneak around the outside. And this time we clear him. This time we clear him. And send it off into turn 3 and 4. again, almost up into the top 10 here. We've set our fastest lap of the race, which is always a good thing to do. And I do wonder if traffic's going to come into this. It didn't. I remember specifically, it was really hard to start lapping cars in the last Xfinity race here. I think Martinsville as well. It just felt like it took forever to start lapping cars. And once we finally did, the stages ended. But I feel like I see some lappers up there. That was a very aggressive move. Way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. And yes, we are coming up behind the back of the field with 5 laps to go on the stage. So not a lot of guys are going to fall laps behind the race, but looks like we may get a few here before the end of the stage. And I pity the fools who lose laps at the end of stage 1. 4 to go. Allgaier is a rival, so we're going to have to be careful around Mr. Allgaier here. Oh, that was close on the rear bumper of him. Almost getting into the back of him again. This is some intense racing with Allgaier. Wasn't really expecting to race that hard with him, but screw it. Down to the inside. Morgan Shepherd's going a lap down. No, that was the least surprising thing I've ever said in one of these videos. Oh, Allgaier gonna be driving me hard here. We're gonna have to pin him behind lap traffic if we're gonna try to get around him. Ooh, that was a bit of contact there. Oh, never mind. Remember what I just said? Forget it. And Allgaier was none too pleased, but he ended up wrecking himself, so oh well. And there are a lot of cars a lap down. You know, it's a shame that the stage caution's going to come out, because this would be some pretty intense battling in the traffic, and we're only going to get to do it for 1 lap. Oh well.
Hold your line.
As we come up behind Brendan Gaughan here, try to get to the inside of him. Definitely a lot of traffic now. Everybody getting held up by Stephen Light, but we'll cross the line in 9th. Get a little bit of stage points going on there for the championship. And, okay. Thanks, Blake Cook. Appreciate that. We only have 1 second to repair, so we don't need to come into the pits. We got 17 laps of fuel, 55 remaining in the race. So quite a long way to go here. But we are in good position on this restart, assuming that we don't get rivaled here, which is always a possibility. Here we go, back to racing at Bristol. And are we going to get a run 3 wide into turn 1? Well, a little bit of contact there with Brandon Jones, but we did clear Gaughan, but for whatever reason, well, I know what the reason is. It's because I slammed into him, or slammed into a few cars, but Blake Cook was mad at me, if you couldn't tell. But it doesn't matter now, because we're sliding underneath Eric Jones, and now up to Daniel Hemrick, who is a rival, so we're going to have to be careful. It feels like I'm repeating myself a lot, but yes, virtually the entire field is my rival, which makes this very difficult. Oh, and that's not going to help diplomatic relations with the Hemrick team. And Eric Jones was trying to sneak underneath. It was a interesting choice of moves there, Jones, but it didn't quite work out. And now to the inside of Hemrick, still can't clear him, and he actually gets a big run there. And we'll do a little bit of a 4-wheel drift into turn number 1, down the back straightaway, in behind Elliott Sadler. Is Sadler going to look to the outside? Yes, he is, because I kind of shoved my car down inside there. Close side-by-side contact, 14 to go on the stage. Okay, sorry, next Jeff Gordon, did not mean to do that. Well, I kind of meant to do it, but at the same time, the end result benefited me, so how about that? How about that? So, Daniel Hemrick is the next car we need to overtake. There it's Jeremy Clements and Ryan Reed! And yes, I'm aware that's annoying, and I'm going to continue to do it, because I find it hilarious. It's like the kids that were complaining about Cowcat in the Cowcat video. You know, there's a reason it's annoying. It's a method to the madness. But anyway, enough about Cowcat. We need to focus on Daniel Hemrick, and we're going to go down to the inside, almost get him there. And we are just pinning the car down to the bottom, and it's just not working yet. We're going to need, well, I was going to say lap traffic, but, well, yeah, we're probably going to need lap traffic, because this is just going to be, oh! Well, never mind. I was not expecting to be that close to Hemrick's bumper to actually hit him. He Again, unintentionally so, but okay, so we've got 10 laps to go in the race, or in the stage. We've got 11 laps on fuel, so we're just going to make it to the end of this stage. Oops, contact with the wall. We are getting some Bristol stripes here for sure. But I am seeing the back of the field, so we are going to catch lap traffic about the same time we caught it at the end of stage number 1. And it looks like Ray Black Jr. is very slow. And he is a rival. That's the other problem with lapping traffic, is that a lot of them are my rivals. And yeah, Ray Black Jr. is coming into the pit, so trouble for Ray Black Jr. He was definitely going much slower than I kind of would have expected him to. Diving to the inside of Hemrick. Can we get there? No, maybe side by side. No, still can't get him. Leader's coming in. Ryan Reed goes into the pits, so not sure why that happened. And more pitting. Daniel Hemrick coming into the pits. What is going on here? Are we just getting that much better fuel mileage than everybody else? There's 6 laps to go. We've got 8 laps into the stage, or 8 laps left in the tank, and there goes Jeremy Clements into the pit, so we'll take the lead on the back straightaway. What on earth are the tires wearing? Why is everybody pitting? Yes, the tires seem to be wearing, so they must be coming in because of tire wear rather than fuel consumption. But we should be able to make it into the end of the stage without having to pit, I would imagine. But look at the fresh tires on Brendan Gaughan's car there. And for whatever reason, William Byron was very slow. I didn't even notice that. I passed him so quick that I kind of didn't realize that he was going that slow. Very weird. What is this race? What is this race? This is just a complete cluster. There are cars all over the place. We've got 3 laps to go here. And I don't know if anybody is going to be on the lead lap by the time we cross the start-finish line to take this stage win. We're coming up to lap Lupton. Well, there's still cars on the lead lap, though. Carl Long's on the lead lap. Of course, he's my teammate. Now he's no longer on the lead lap. Nobody's on the lead lap. Very strange. Ty Dillon going underneath and actually racing me pretty hard there. There comes William Byron as well. And he gets around, so he's in 10th. So there's cars on so many different laps now. Oops, contact with the wall. Definitely the tires are wearing quite a bit. We're just going to have to pretty much baby this thing home. Well, it doesn't matter. We're on the last lap of the stage anyway. This is so weird. And William Byron just used up Ty Dillon. Here comes Daniel Suarez trying to get his lap back before the checkered flag in the stage. What was that all about? That was a very strange stage. We'll take the 10 points and the playoff point. But, yeah, that was, I don't know what to say about that. That just was weirder than anything that I have seen in this game in a very long time. Why we were so far ahead on fuel or tires is just, I don't know. So Clements will take second over Reed and Hemrick, and you can just see how many cars are lapsed behind the race. We'll repair the car. We'll take a little bit of wedge out. I feel like the car's a bit tight. So we're about to, well, we'll eventually go back to green. I guess we'll take a look at the running order and exactly where everybody is in relation to laps behind the race. Ray Black Jr., I guess he did have trouble because he was 9 laps down. So we've got 7 cars that took the wave around. Clements, Reed, Hemrick, Byron, Dillon, and then it looked like Lupton. That's a weird car that managed to get advantages from the pit strategy, but regardless, we've got 30 laps to go. We've got 33 in the tank, so no green flag pit stops in this race. Oh, Clements really going hard at me there. And that may have been his one chance. So pretty much the race is going to stay green till, or the race is going to run to its conclusion without me having to make another stop. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out. I'm a little bit concerned about the tire wear, but me loosening up the car will hopefully help that a little bit. Reed is behind me, but we don't have to worry about him, I don't think. I think we'll be able to pull away. The question is going to be traffic. when we get to it. Whether or not we are going to be wrecked, held up, or just otherwise annoyed by the lap traffic. We just ran our fastest lap of the race, which isn't really a surprise. We're on fresh tires and have a clear racetrack in front of us. Just coasting the car in, nice and easy. And the laps are ticking down quite quickly. That is another thing that's going to happen here. You look at it and you think, wow, 50 laps. We've got a long way to go, and then you think, oh wait, no, not really. It's a half-mile racetrack. It's really more like 10 of a mile oval, or, you know, 5 of a significantly longer track. So yeah, races at Bristol are always very weird. There's no doubt about it. Especially so in this game. And you know what I'm thinking too, is that I'm suspecting that the entire field will have to come into the pits again. If we're getting that much better mileage, and considering that the AI had the benefit of a stage caution that gave them, I presume, some tire and fuel consumption relief, they're probably going to have to pit again before the end of this race. So that could be very interesting, as we are coming up behind the back of the field. Just seeing them go into turn 1 as we're exiting turn 4. So less than a full 2 corners until we manage to catch these guys, or I guess you could call it a straightaway. But considering that this is a pretty symmetrical track, I guess if you straightened out the corners, they'd probably be about the same length as the straightaways. So if you're 2 corners behind, you're essentially one straightaway behind as well. But now we are really starting to catch up to the back of the field, and it just looks like an entire cluster up there. So many cars. And you know there's a lot of rivals in there, so we are going to have to play it very cool getting through these through the traffic here. As you heard, we have 20 laps remaining in this race. Essentially a stage in 3 laps, because the stages have been 17 laps each. And here we come. It looks like Hemrick's in the pits, so Daniel Hemrick has bowed out of this race for whatever reason. And now we're coming up behind the boss, Carl Long. So we want to lap the boss cleanly if we can. Don't want to get held up too long, though, because Jeremy Clements now is up in that fight, or the car chasing me now. And as we'll get underneath Dakota Armstrong, really diving in underneath Carl Long. That should not have worked. That really should not have worked, but it did. So we'll be fine. Well, that was another just huge dive on J.J. Yaley, but Yaley's a rival, so we need to try to race him as clean as possible and avoid any kind of confrontation here as we're coming up through the field. They may start respecting me a little bit more if I don't just bowl them over as I'm lapping them. Logano, we know he's a big-time rival. Unfortunately, we weren't able to kind of repair some of the wounds of our relationship at Mid-Ohio. So I suspect we're not going to be able to do that here either. As we work underneath Ross Chastain. And turn number 1. We'll lap Chastain here. And, of course, Ty Majeski's up here. So I'm a little bit worried about that. 3 wide, up, yep. Logano still hates me. There is no doubt in my mind about that anymore. Bye, Logano. So it seems like passing these guys on the outside is going to be a very bad idea. It's going to have to all happen on the inside. We're going to try to follow Majeski through here. Well, never mind. They all went wide. We made contact with Majeski, meaning he's probably not going to be too nice to me unless I can just scare him like that. Bye, Ty. Nice knowing ya. Oh, there we go. Underneath Sieg as well. And now up to Coleslaw Custard and Guidance Counselor Brad. I do wonder if these guys, because they're like 2 laps down, a lot of them, they're racing me a lot nicer than they would otherwise. So we're going to try to sneak under Guidance Counselor Brad here. Just get to the inside of him. Nicely done, if I may pat myself on the back. And now up behind Kennedy. I really had to drag the brakes there quite a bit, because otherwise I would have been in his trunk, and that would not have been a good thing. And now, just like that. Just like that. I predicted my own demise there.
10 laps to go.
We've got 10 laps to go here in the race to the inside of Kennedy and Annette the Threat, and around them we go. Up behind Joey Gase and Bubba Wallace. We're going to try to get around Wallace cleanly, because otherwise I fear with the amount of contact we've had with Bubba in recent races, he may become a rival, and we don't really want to do that. Oh, never mind. He's a rival. He's going to be a rival anyway. Underneath Reddick, who has been incredibly aggressive with me. This time he's not, so I look like a liar. 8 to go here at Bristol. A relatively clean race. Not a lot of yellows. In fact, I don't even think we had one, and I'm jinxing myself, I'm aware of this, but I don't think we had one non-stage caution in this race. And I swear to God, I put on the strict yellows, so this has been a legitimately clean race thus far, or at least clean by this Let's Play standard, as we go underneath Ben Rhodes and put him another lap down. With 6 laps to go, we're getting up into the bushwhackers here. And the field is actually spreading out quite a bit. It's interesting, the field is much thicker near the back than it is at the front, so I guess you could call it J-Lo. That was a terrible joke. Yeah, anyway, we are up. Well, I guess Casey Kane is a rival, as we've discovered, but he wrecked himself, so bye, Casey. And the next Jeff Gordon is now second. Nope, never mind. He's now third. In fact, oh my God, they're pitting again, aren't they? Yep. I looked at the gaps and they were going up, and I'm like, what's going on? Oh, they're pitting. Oh boy, we are gonna have a lot of cars laps down. This is gonna be an absolute bloodbath, I think, unless some of these guys wisen up and stay out for the last 3 laps. Try to stretch it on fuel, you might actually get somewhere. Nope, never mind. We've got the entire field 1 lap down. We're coming up to lap the back of the field a second time. There's cars coming out of the pits, and we've got 2 laps to go. Coming up behind Matt Tiff, Brendan Gaughan has gotten up into second. At one point, I saw over his name that he was 39th. So Brendan Gaughan just absolutely driving the race of his life to get up to second. Oh, no, but never mind. The next Jeff Gordon is now officially second, as we've got 1 lap to go here, presented by Credit One Bank. We're catching the back of the field as well as the top 10. Oh, and Matt Tiff just took a swipe at Dylan Lupton there. Or not Dylan Lupton, that's Eric Jones. Why did he do that? That's a teammate. Well, regardless, oh God, no, that's a teammate. We got the victory here at Bristol. What a weird race that was. So, a stage win and an overall win for us, and then you can just see the chaos in the back of cars multiple laps down. That was interesting. That was a very interesting race. So let's take a look at the moolah we got from the Bristol night race. Almost 100 grand. Always cool. And that means our incentive contract at the moment is right where it needs to be. So we might actually get that before the chase. We move up to 12th in the standings, which is important. Only because I kind of want to be legitimately in the chase instead of just because of wins. And let's head back to the garage, see where we're headed next, and hopefully get trash talk, because that's always fun, isn't it? And of course, I forgot the Victory Lane celebration. This is pretty cool, though, to see the car in all its glory in the night with the confetti coming down, and there we are, very happy once again to take yet another Xfinity Series victory. So there is our Now, take your bets. Take your bets in the comments right now. Is this going to be an Xfinity message, or is this going to be him congratulating me? Because he does hate me in the Xfinity Series. But is this Cup Series? I guess it's Cup Series Logano because he got the pencil uniform. Oh, let's screw it.
That's 25 wins. Congratulations.
He seemed, Oh, no, Jeremy Clements is happy. He says 5 wins in a season is amazing. Okay. 3 wins in a row, D Skywalker 01. You're amazing. It's D Skywalker 01 Nation. Does Elliot Sadler really tweet like that? I feel like he'd be salty. But anyway, yeah, so instead of hate on social media, we got a lot of adulation. And now we are moving on to Road America. Now, normally I would do a 50% race here, but we already did a 50% race at Road America for the hot seat. So let's do a 25%er now, right now. We're here at Road America, and you guys know what this is. I like road course racing. I think we've got a really good shot at winning here. And I do find it interesting that the major contrast in this video, we're going from one of the shortest tracks in NASCAR to easily the longest. Let's see where we qualify. So, off the final corner here at Road America, it feels like I've been qualifying for about 10 years because of how long this track is. We were about to cross the line. Wasn't a very good lap, so I'm not expecting, 27. This is going to be a long race, even though it's only 25%. Of course, it's certainly not the 50% race that I did the last time. Dakota Armstrong on the pole. What? That's interesting. Okay, well, let's get racing here at Road America, see what we can do. Alright, so up the hill, ready to go racing, underneath a Verizon sign, which is very weird to see in a NASCAR game, even though Sprint has been gone from the series for the better part of a full year and a half at this point. It's just still weird to see, as there is a huge Watkins Glen style slowdown on the outside. And we'll still stuff it into the first corner for absolutely no reason. There looked like there was some trouble up front. It was a blue car belching smoke. Not sure if it was Sadler or if it was Brennan Poole. They're both side by side, so throw a toss-up exactly which one was sideways there. But as in real life, those two can't seem to stay away from each other on the road courses. Of course, Sadler punted Poole out of the way at Mid-Ohio, so maybe that was a little bit of revenge. Who knows?
Hold your line.
Down through the gears to the outside here in Station 5, I believe is what that corner is called. Underneath the Corvette Bridge, on the brakes. And Daniel Hemrick is trying to wreck me on a road course. That is a bold strategy, Cotton. I hope it works out for you. Well, that's... Sorry. That was instant karma from me. Oh, God almighty. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that the strict cautions are on. So, we just killed a full stage right there for absolutely no reason. Yeah. Well, that was an interesting stage, a whole good 4 corners of it. Let's try to not bring out the yellow this time so that we can actually run a full stage, because otherwise this race is going to be the shortest race ever. And we're going racing here once again at Road America. William Byron, are you a rival next, Jeff Gordon? We've only got 2 laps of the stage. Good Lord, this is a short stage here in stage 2. And going down into turn number 1. On the brakes hard. Oh, well, Brennan Poole, we know he's a rival. William Byron just got into the back of me. Not sure if that was an anger one or just a poor driving one. Oh, God almighty, no! Well, rip this stage. Yep, this stage is going to die, I guarantee you. Yep. Oh, good Lord. We finished 8th as well in this stage. Oh, dear. Well, we're all getting into the pits again. Just like we did before. So, this may be the shortest race of all time at the longest track. Oh, boy. Well, we've got Brennan Poole next to us again. Here we go. Back to racing once again here at Road America. 6 laps to go in this stage, so we might actually have a restart.
Hold your line.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Remember, kids, don't run with strict yellows on the road courses. And if you ever want to actually have a fulfilling racing experience.
Hold your line.
Wow, way too late on the brakes there.
All clear.
But we somehow managed to get past Armstrong there. Armstrong gave me a shot. Not sure if that was a rival shot or if that was just, again, him running out of talent, running into the back of me. We'll find out shortly, I'm sure, as Hemrick is back there as well. Hopefully Armstrong does not try to wreck me here, as we're getting down here into Station 5, very hard on the brakes. And in behind Brendan Gaughan. So now we actually get to race here a little bit. And working to the inside of Gone. To the inside. We've got the lead for now, side by side. Not got the acceleration though. I should have downshifted. We're going to go side by side through here. Gone takes back the lead for a brief, fleeting second. We're going to go around the outside here. Can we get it done? The crowd is going nuts. Oh, contact. That was dirty. Of course, that's the pot calling the kettle black as we go into the carousel here. Very slowly, not a lot of banking to help this stock car get around there. On the curb just a little bit. Oh, I had to back out. I knew I was going to go off the track if I went full throttle through there. But now into the kink here at Road America. Got to just kind of lift off the gas just a little bit, because otherwise I would have been off into the wall, and we don't want to do that. That is no bueno. No bueno. And now into Canada Corner. For the first time, by the way, we haven't even made it to Canada Corner this entire race under the green flag, and we finally do it. Now in the corner where the bridge used to be until Mimo Gidley hit it, and they said that's probably a bad idea, let's never have that again. And now into the final corner, trying to get not out on the curb, but unfortunately I still managed to hit the curb. Now up the hill we go. Coming through the gears up to 4th gear, down the main straightaway, crossing the start-finish line. We got 5 laps remaining. So it may be that we actually have a race here, but unfortunately, perhaps for the entertainment value of this race, we are way out in front. So this is going to be kind of a Tour de Road America. Get hard on the brakes here. Down a gear. That was pretty sloppy through there, if I may say so myself, but screw it. Down the one of the several straightaways at this, I almost call it the back straightaway. I'm doing too much over racing, folks. I'm doing too much over racing. Every time I get on a straightaway, it's the back straightaway, even if it's absolutely not the back straightaway. Uh-oh. Come on. The brakes are worse in this car than they were in that LMP3 car I drove yesterday. And now, you just gotta try to keep it on the road, David. Just keep it on the road. That's all you have to do. Game lagging a little bit. Wonder if that's because of crashing or because of... well, maybe not. I think it's just because of the fact that this track is huge, and the game does struggle with some of the bigger road courses with frame rate issues. Both Mid-Ohio and Road America suffer a little bit. Which I don't blame them. I'm sure they're a small studio and whatnot, but just a little point out. I'm sure NASCAR Heat 3 maybe will fix it. By the way, while we're driving around, what do you guys think NASCAR Heat 3... what do you guys think... uh-oh. As I Jar Jar Binks myself here. Come on, get on the road. Oh my god. Never mind. Here comes Brennan Gaughan. Hey, we're racing again. I was going to say, before we were about to get wrecked here by Justin Allgaier, what do you guys think will be in NASCAR Heat 3? What do they now have, or what will be the selling point of NASCAR Heat 3? Because obviously we had the big selling point of this game, which was the inclusion of Xfinity and trucks. What are they going to do in the next installment to make it more appealing or make the upgrade worth upgrading for? Also, I'm pretty sure there will be another Daytona pack coming out, like a 2018 livery pack, I would guess. Oh, there's the yellow. We're having everybody come into the pits, which is weird. I guess we'll come in as well because screw it. But we're gonna take 4 tires, but we're only gonna take 1 can of fuel because we don't need to really worry about it otherwise. Okay. Oh, back to 23rd. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, I remember, because somebody in the comments, I don't remember who it was, if it was you who in the comments said this, be sure to shout yourself out and I'll favorite it or whatever. But somebody said the AI never, ever, ever take tires on the final pit stop, and I should have considered that on this, but oh well. Oh God almighty, that better not bring out the yellow. Oh, that was stupid of me. That was really stupid of me. Well, we still have enough fuel to get to the end, so screw it. David, you have strict yellows on. Do you not know this? Apparently I don't. And Logano's trying to wreck me before we even get to the restart here.
Green, baby. Let's go get it.
Go away, Logano.
Almost there. To the left.
I don't want to do this right now. I need some personal space, Logano. Thank you. Okay, into turn 1.
Our left. All clear.
In behind Brandon Jones. So we've got quite a few positions to make up. Oh, yeah. That's going to bring out the yellow, isn't it? Nope, he saved it. Thank God almighty. All right. We hit Lupton. That's not going to be good. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Up to 4th gear. In behind Lupton. Come on. To the outside. Can we get around him? Yes, we can. But will we get the car stopped? Just barely. We got into Ryan Reed just a little bit, but it's okay because we managed to get up to 3rd. Now we've got the same 2 we were racing with earlier. Oh, William Byron really tried to wreck me there. I think he's a rival now too. The next Jeff Gordon hates me. I'm a success in life. All right. 2 positions to take here. Down a gear. And behind Allgaier. Is he going to get held up by Gone? No, he's going to get to the inside, or at least try to get to the inside. Didn't quite pull it off there. Go up a gear. Try not to run off the track, David. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to come up here to 1 lap to go. It's going to be a wild finish here at Road America. As we work through the kink, had to kind of pedal the throttle just a little bit there. Otherwise, we were going to for sure go off. Into Canada corner. 1 position, 2 position.
Stay right.
Maybe. Oh, a little bit of contact with Gone there, but we will get the lead. And lift off the gas on the curbing. Way out next to the outside curbing as well. Woo! Woo-wee doggies. That was a bit close. And now on to the main straightaway. About to crest the hill and take the white flag. Hopefully we get to the non-existent anymore overtime line so that we can finish this race here at Road America with a victory. 1 to go. Down a gear, 3rd gear for turn 1. Little bit outside of the painted line there, but screw it. On the brakes again, down 1 more gear. Hard on the throttle. Up through the gears down this Sargento straightaway. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it. We've already put 2.3 seconds on Gone in the last few corners of this racetrack. Absolutely flying down here to Station 5. Hard on the brakes, get it in there. Nice apex. Up the hill, underneath the Corvette bridge. Down another gear. Now up to the kink that's not quite as fast as the other kink, because you have to kind of lift off for it. And now down the hill, braking hard. Pitch it in. Nice apex once again. We are really nailing this last lap here, boys and girls. If there are any girls watching, in which case, congratulations, you're very unique. And now we're working our way almost out to the curbing there underneath the Continental Tire Bridge. And through the kink on the back straightaway. Whoa, careful. Almost went off there. That would have been a tragedy. And now, into Canada corner for the final time. Probably like the 3rd time in this video, despite the fact that it was a 25% race. And now underneath the bridge that doesn't exist anymore. Working out next to the curbing. Underneath the Kohler banner. Down a gear. A little bit of a brake lock up there. Now up the hill we go. Looks like somebody's been off in the final corner because there's a ton of skid marks out there. Elliott Sadler's gotten up to 2nd. What on earth is going on there? But we are going to take a win number 2 of this video.
You did it.
And another victory at Road America. So a victory without taking a stage win, but hey, you know what? That means we're up to 6 wins in the Xfinity Series, so we are really killing it right now. And that's great because we're about to move into the chase. Only a few races to go. Let's take a look at the earnings here. I don't know how rich this race is. Only 50 grand to win. Only 50 grand to win. And we've eclipsed 5 million in career earnings. 6 wins up to 9th in the points with 35 playoff points. Let's celebrate this victory, shall we? Woo! We won! We won! Yay! We got another Road America victory. Last time we'll see this in this career mode, unfortunately, because the Cup Series does not run Road America. I do wish they did, though. Oh well. So we continue our momentum, and we've almost got an incentive contract, and we have 4 wins in a row. Huh? Can you hit 5 in a row? Challenges Joey Gase. Interesting. Okay, well that was a weird way to tweet at me. Oh, we got a doubleheader weekend. Doubleheader weekend coming up at Darlington for the throwback race. Oh boy. Well, my car is already kind of a throwback, and I wonder what throwback scheme we'll be running in the Cup Series. A very interesting next couple of videos coming up. Hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. We'll see you at Darlington for some throwback racing.